We in this for the fighters to win. We want the fighters to make a ton of money. So the ultimate goal is to teach him how to get, make money and save money. That's what we want to do for our fighters. He's only 17 years old, so by the time he's 18, he should be a millionaire.
Floyd Mayweather drops a shocking bombshell on the potential Gervonta Davis versus Curmel Moton fight. Mayweather's almost unmatched success, combined with his deep impact on popular culture, made the influence he enjoys today an inevitability. It also means that people everywhere are still making an effort to mimic him. Devin Haney has taken so much cue from Mayweather that their movements are nearly the same. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is a fighter cut from a different cloth than Mayweather ever was, despite frequently being labeled as his protege. This comparison stems largely from the fact that Mayweather once promoted Davis, leading to an assumption of closeness between the two. Moton, one of the world's most talented young fighters, is quickly emerging as the most likely heir to Mayweather's legacy, the featherweight said. "I'm working hard on improving every day and definitely sharpening my skills," sounding like he has learned from the fighter whose discipline complemented the natural talent that for a decade made him the world's best. He added, "I'm all around the board, working on everything. In this sport, you know what it takes? You've got to dedicate yourself. It's a lifestyle, not just a sport. Believing in myself, listening to my team, dedicating myself, and working hard. It's not that hard." Moton was born in 2006, during the time when Mayweather was securing his victories over Zab Judah and Carlos Baldemir. Before he even turned 1, Mayweather had already triumphed over Oscar de la Hoya, and by the time he was 2, he had bested Ricky Hatton. Mayweather's win against Shane Mosley came next, and it was around this time that Moton's father, a professional barber, first introduced his young son to the art of Mayweather's boxing through old fight videos. Moton added, "My dad makes sure I stay on the right track. Without him, it'd be more difficult, but I know what I want to do. I don't want to let anyone down. I know I need to focus. I want to be a world champion one day, so I'm on the right track." Leonard Ellerbe, former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, who has played a significant role in shaping the careers of both Mayweather and Davis, recently revealed that he and Mayweather are eager to see Moton join the ranks of Wilfred Benitez as one of the few teenagers to ever claim a world championship title. Ellerbe, known for his partisan views on boxing, boldly asserted that he had already taken steps to arrange a bout between the skilled American and the featherweight title holder Lee Wood. Ellerbe said, "You don't need 18, 19 fights to fight for a title like when Floyd was coming up. All these guys he sparred say Moton's the real deal." Moton has gone toe-to-toe with the likes of Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Richardson Hitchens, Kenneth Sims, and the Cuban powerhouse Robbie Z. Ramirez, said Moton. "I was 15 or 16 when I sparred Tank," recalling what followed a phone call from one of Davis's team. He added, "We went to the gym real late at night too. It was fun and I was ready for it. The only thing he had me on was strength, but skill-wise and speed-wise, we were back and forth. I had a lot of fun in that spar and learned a lot." When Moton was just 8, he stepped into the Mayweather Boxing Club in Vegas for the first time. There, he witnessed Mayweather meticulously preparing for his 2015 bout with Manny Pacquiao, a fight that still holds the title of the richest in history. Moton reflected in 2024, "I was just studying him and watching how he did his camp. Not long after that, I started training at the gym and started sparring some of the kids they had in there. I whooped on. Word got back to Floyd, I become cool with everyone around the gym, and then I started going to tournaments and bringing belts back to the gym." Legend has it that one day, Mayweather spotted Moton parading around with his championship belts. Intrigued, he invited him over to his car and handed him a hat. From that moment on, Mayweather became a generous sponsor, covering Moton's tournament entry fees and flight expenses.
But, I think that is probably one of, the biggest goals, I would say, outside looking in, for boxers is to work with world champions, and you get to work with one of the greatest of all time. So how has that experience for you been, and what is the biggest piece of advice that Floyd has given you for inside the ring and outside the ring?
Yeah, the experience has been great. I've got so much experience from Floyd. I feel like it just puts me ahead of the game compared to the other fighters that are my age, with the same level of experience and stuff. And he just told me to always believe in myself and just whatever I want to do, just completely focus on it and I'll achieve it.
You got to focus, put your mind to it, and, like they say, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it.
When he was later asked what made Moton stand out to him, Mayweather responded, "Hunger. Hunger. He wanted to be great. He's boxed so many different champions throughout the years, even as an amateur. I just want the best for him, but so much talent." Mayweather has a stake in Moton, which could be significant given his past disagreements with Davis as Davis's success grew. However, when asked about Moton on another occasion, he replied, "If given the opportunity, he could be the next Floyd Mayweather." In the years following their initial encounter, Moton emerged as one of the most promising young young talents in the amateur boxing world. By the time he turned professional in September 2023, he had already amassed an impressive record of 61 wins and 3 losses. The synergy between him and Mayweather seems to harness the concentrated focus and untapped potential missing from the tumultuous alliance that has long characterized the relationship between Ryan Garcia and De La Hoya, Mayweather's longtime adversary. My dad moved me to Vegas because he always wanted me to be a boxer, and he knew that out there in Utah there was no big boxing scene, so he moved us to Vegas and took me to the gym, Moton once explained. He added, I fell in love with it. He decided to make it happen and to build our lives around boxing. This is really all I know. I have always felt comfortable in the gym. If I miss a day training, I won't feel right. It has been like that since the very beginning. I've always wanted to do it and make it my life. Meanwhile, Curmel Moton continued his winning streak with a dominant performance against Nikolai Buzolin in California. At just 18, the boxing sensation made his debut in the lightweight division, delivering a powerful first-round knockdown and clinching a decisive second-round win when the referee intervened. Moton said, he had a lot of experience, but I knew I was going to come out here and handle business. I've had pressure on me my whole life. I've always had that Mayweather name on my shoulders. I'm used to it. When they call my name again, I'll be here, and I'll put on another good performance. Ringside, Floyd Mayweather Jr. fervently supported Moton, his cheers echoing throughout the match. Post-fight, Mayweather couldn't hide his pride in Moton's performance, taking a moment to reminisce about his role in guiding the young boxer at his renowned gym.
Congrats, man.
How you feeling, bro? First round knockout.
Yeah, it's great. I like the pros. I'm feeling this. I feel like this for me.
You feel like you're made for it?
Yeah, this is for me.
Well, when are you ready to get back in there?
Hey, talk to the man right there.
Talk to the man right there.
We'll find out.
He had big expectations, but did you expect a first round knockout? Like, this guy got him out of there in 1 round.
We had a game plan to come out and always establish the jab, but I'm proud of him tonight. Like I said, we got a crazy team.
Right.
A crazy team that believe in, we all believe in each other, we all stick together.
Moton's standout victory follows his earlier triumph over Anthony Cuba, which was part of the Timzu Sebastian Fundora undercard. Even though he missed chances to showcase his skills on marquee events, such as the Canelo Alvarez-Jaime Munguia bout and Gervonta Davis's title defense on June 15th, Moton's latest win serves as a powerful testament to his potential. Mayweather said, I'm happy that I was able to be a part of his life and take him to that next level. He wanted to be great. He's boxed so many different champions throughout the years. Even as an amateur, I just want the best for him, but so much talent. Following his departure from Mayweather Promotions, Gervonta Davis took aim at Floyd Mayweather in the public eye multiple times. Davis, who felt he had eclipsed Mayweather in terms of accomplishments, went so far as to label money a fraud. The tension escalated when Davis even blocked Mayweather's protege, Curmel Moton, from appearing on the undercard of Davis's bout against Frank Martin. Now, Moton has come forward to address whether there's any lingering animosity between him and Davis. Gervonta Davis's comeback fight against Frank Martin drew massive interest, with reports estimating that between 325,000 and 350,000 pay-per-views were sold in the U.S. The profile event was a prime opportunity for emerging talent Moton to gain significant exposure by being featured on the undercard. However, during some playful exchanges between Mayweather and Tank, Moton took to Twitter to sing Floyd Mayweather's praises, which came across as a slight against Davis. This perceived slight enraged Davis, leading him to pull Moton from the June 15th undercard entirely. Ahead of Moton's fight on the undercard of Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal II, Fight Hype inquired the 18-year-old about his beef with Davis. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a beef. Him and Floyd had some beef going on, and I had posted a tweet of me and Floyd. I guess it was bad timing to post it, began Moton. Tank felt it was directed towards him, so you know he took it the way he took it. Things happen, and that's in the past. I'm not really worried about it, answered Curmel Moton. As doubts surface about Mayweather Promotions after Leonard Ellerby's departure, Moton took the opportunity to proudly highlight his connection with TBE. Moton added, I got my team, I know Floyd got my back, and I got a real strong team. I trust them. I'm going to get on these cards and put out great performances. Curmel spoke of Floyd, assuring him of the prospects that will present themselves in this situation. It must have been a blow for Curmel Moton to miss his chance to fight on the Gervonta Davis undercard at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Yet, Moton promised his supporters that an exciting opportunity was just around the corner. As fate would have it, he soon found himself on the undercard of Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal II at the Honda Center in Anaheim. time, leading up to his bout with Nikolai Buzolin, a crucial stepping stone in his career. Moton reflected on the encouraging words he had received from Floyd Mayweather. What did Mayweather tell Moton when Davis dispensed with Moton? He just told me don't worry about it. There's a whole bunch of other cards. So I'm right back on this one, the 18-year-old said. So there's more and more opportunities coming, he concluded with aspiration. But could Curmel Moton be holding a grudge against Gervonta Davis? It seems so, especially since the lightweight champion was unexpectedly removed from the June 15th Gervonta Davis-Frank Martin card, which also featured David Benavidez and Alexander Gvozdyk in high-profile co-headliner slots. Now he's faced with a different kind of slight. Davis has been omitted from Moton's top 5 active fighters list. While Davis's exclusion might be based on legitimate criteria, fans are buzzing with theories that another man's ideology might have influenced Moton's decision. However, the teenage prodigy from the Mayweather camp has put those rumors to rest, affirming to boxing enthusiasts that the situation is not as it seemed. He even went so far as to declare Gervonta Davis as the current face of boxing. Despite this accolade, Davis lacks a particular achievement that nearly every boxer on the list boasts, except for one. Enter David Benavidez, a formidable champion who remains unbeaten by super middleweight sensation Canelo Alvarez. So, what led Moton, who previously trained alongside Davis in the Floyd Mayweather camp, to exclude Tank from his top 5 rankings? Could it be that a sense of betrayal pushed the 18-year-old boxer to remove Davis from the top 5 active fighters list? Curmel doesn't believe that's the case. Let's take a closer look at the list. A boxing fan asked on X, top 5 active boxers right now? To which Moton replied, Usyk, Bud, Inoue, Canelo, Benavidez. Miffed by the fact that Davis doesn't feature in Moton's top 5 list, another fan opined, come on, young G, you looked up to Tank at one point. Don't be mendacious and say otherwise. Tank's performance on Saturday really establishes that he's on his way to become a Hall of Fame great. Don't be induced by another man's ideology. That's their own thing. In reply, Moton defended his selection of fighters by highlighting that at least 4 of them have attained an undisputed status that the Baltimore native has yet to reach. Regarding Benavidez's inclusion, Curmel argues that he is a contender whom Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, has been avoiding. While acknowledging that Tank is the top dog in the lightweight division, he replied, he is the face of boxing and has just as much skills as anyone on the list. The rest of them were or are undisputed champs, and I feel like Canelo is ducking David, so I put him at 5. Everybody knows Tank is like that. Despite being a 29-year-old boxer and a 3-division champion, he has yet to unify all 4 major belts in any weight class he's competed in. Some critics have suggested that he's been avoiding top-tier fighters. For instance, in the lightweight division, he never faced Devin Haney, who was the undisputed champion until last year. After his impressive title defense against Frank Martin, it remains uncertain whether Davis will pursue unifying the lightweight belts and challenge elite opponents, such as WBC champion Shakur Stevenson, IBF champion Vasyl Lomachenko, and WBO champion Denis Berinchyk. In the meantime, Curmel's roster boasts at least 4 fighters who have ascended to legendary status, earning accolades that could easily place them at the pinnacle of the pound-for-pound rankings. Alexander Usyk cemented his place in boxing history by becoming the undisputed champion in both cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions, following his triumph over Tyson Fury in May. Similarly, Terence Crawford has achieved undisputed glory in 2 weight classes, light welterweight and welterweight, after his decisive victory over Errol Spence last year. Conversely, Naoya Inoue, the Japanese knockout sensation, has claimed all 4 major titles in both the bantamweight and super bantamweight categories. Meanwhile, the Mexican icon Canelo Alvarez cemented his status as the undisputed super middleweight champion with his 2021 victory over Caleb Plant. As for the 3-0 fighters' 5th choice, it's worth noting that Canelo set an eye-popping $200 million price tag on a potential bout with Benavidez. Is fear a factor for Canelo? The answer remains anyone's guess. Has Davis, in the meantime, just taken the initial step towards bringing the lightweight division's belts together? Following his impressive knockout victory over Frank Martin, Gervonta Davis shared his thoughts on a potential showdown with WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson during the post-fight press conference. You know how it would go. Everybody in this room knows how it would go, Davis said, with an air of superiority. I guess it would be good for the sport if we fight, he concluded. Even with Davis's comments, Shakur Stevenson must first demonstrate his worth before he can even consider a bout with Davis. In boxing, financial stakes often drive decisions. If Stevenson's next fight ends up being as uneventful as his clash with Artem Harutyunyan, it could deter matchmakers from setting up a Davis-Stevenson showdown.
Has there been any talks with Tank's team?
They reached out, but we told them to come back with an offer. And as far as that, we ain't heard nothing since then. Me and him fighting each other, we'll seal the deal on the kings of that division, the kings of this era, the kings of everything. So I've been saying it for years. The moment is gonna come, and when it happens, I'll be ready.
Why does Shakur Stevenson beat Gervonta Davis?
Because that I'm a better skilled boxer. I master the art of hitting and not getting hit, and he will be the person that will have to change up his style. He can't go out there and box and lose rounds. He will have to change up his style and just become full blast aggressor to try to have a chance in winning the fight.
Curmel Moton's journey as a professional boxer has been marked by a stroke of fortune in securing an exceptional mentor, with the legendary Floyd Mayweather in his corner. Moton has celebrated 2 knockout victories since launching his career in 2023. The 17-year-old prodigy has already begun to carve out a notable presence in the boxing world. But beyond the luck of having Mayweather's support, his success is driven by more than mere chance. In a recent conversation with Cigar Talk, Moton opened up about the events that caught the attention of the boxing legend. Discover how Moton's path unfolded to capture Mayweather's interest and forged a powerful connection between them. Moton, then 9 years old, entered Mayweather's camp with another young boxer who had previously drawn money's interest. Moton said, "Really, it happened. I had another boxer that was down here at the time. He was like in a position I am with Floyd, but like he was younger, so he was just like 8 at the time or 9. He was always in the gym with all the pros and stuff, so I came down here with him. He and Floyd's training camp, and then I spoke to Floyd one time, I got a picture with him, and then I had sparred some of the guys that be around the gym, and I like put hands on them. And then, so soon after, Moton started going to the gym to work out, even though Floyd wasn't present when he defeated his guys in a sparring match. And then I started training here not long after that, and then all the pros that's in here, like back then it was like Aishi Smith, Jaleon Love, Badu Jack, and around that era that I started training here. And at the time, I was like 9 or 10, and they noticed my skills. Even back then, like all the pros, they was like, he's sharp, Moton recalled. He added, so I guess word probably got back to Floyd, and then eventually, one day I saw Floyd and he was just showing me love. He was all, Lil Champ, what's up, and all that, and then, yeah, I've been just solid with them since. Since then, Moton has kept up his workout regimen at the gym. Since then, he has stayed faithful to Floyd and the gym out of gratitude. Gervonta Davis is celebrated as a premier pound-for-pound champion, and the burgeoning talent Moton is poised to become a standout in the boxing world. Enthusiasts have started referring to Moton as Tank 2.0, highlighting his emergence as a top prospect from Floyd Mayweather's gym. In an interview with host Najee, Moton admitted that he was once flattered by the Tank 2.0 label during his amateur career. In the past, he saw the comparison as a flattering nod, given Davis's remarkable talents. But Moton's view has changed. He now seeks to carve out his own identity. He has shifted his focus, making it clear that he no longer wishes to be seen as merely a reflection of someone else. His new goal is to blaze his own trail and build a distinct reputation in the sport. After flooring Nikolai Buzolin in the opening round earlier this year, Moton clinched his win in the second, with the referee eventually stepping in to halt the bout and withdraw the Russian-born contender. This fight marked Moton's debut in the lightweight division, and none other than Floyd Mayweather Jr. was ringside to support and motivate his prodigy, channeling the spirit of classic boxing promoters. The undefeated former champion beamed with pride after Curmel Moton's impressive victory. During a media interview, he reminisced about what had truly captivated him, watching the young Moton train at his renowned gym. Moton's triumph over Anthony Cuba on the Tim Tszyu Sebastian Fundora card was just the beginning. His name surfaced for the Canelo Alvarez-Jaime Munguia event and later for Gervonta Davis's June 15th title defense, though he didn't secure those spots. This only seemed to heighten the anticipation surrounding his return to the ring. Reportedly, his latest match came with little notice, yet he managed to flip the script and defeat an experienced opponent. Carlos Contreras Legaspi, an MMA writer for ESPN Deportes, shared an enthusiastic update on Floyd Mayweather Jr. Ian's post-fight demeanor. In a brief tweet, Contreras Legaspi captured the former world champion in high spirits, beaming with joy as he greeted familiar faces and interacted with fans. The footage reveals Mayweather, flanked by his security team, trailing behind Curmel Moton as the latter celebrated his decisive victory. Even before the bell rang, it was clear how much the young boxer meant to Mayweather Jr. The former champion paid a visit to the Rising Stars dressing room to extend his heartfelt wishes. After sharing a moment with the talented newcomer, Mayweather Jr. made sure to shake hands with everyone on the team as well.
Let me run that back. My apologies. If I get in the ring, he's stealing your shine. Then, if I don't show up, I'm hating on him. Right. Well, we ain't talking about stealing shine. We ain't talking about hate. I'm proud of him. This was the first one. We got many more to go.
Congrats. Let's go. Floyd cares about it.
Rocky 5. Hold on. Otis, hold on. Otis, gonna tell us. Otis, what he doing?
He's turning his wrist over, so you know, it's gonna be plenty more. Some bullshit. What you got to do? Who is the Black Mamba? Black Mamba, you know, one of the greatest, baby. Do it. Grand Rapids, Denver, baby. Turn your wrist over, that's what I told him.
During an event at the Honda Center, one of the speakers inquired of Floyd Mayweather Jr. about the moment he first noticed the spark in Curmel Moton during a visit to the Mayweather gym. According to Mayweather, the boxer from Salt Lake City was likely around 8 or 9 years old at the time they first crossed paths. However, right from the onset, he could see the kind of talent he had. "I'm happy that I was able to be a part of his life and take him to that next level," he said. When another presenter asked what set Curmel Moton apart from the crowd, Mayweather Jr. answered in one word: hunger. He revealed, "Hunger. He wanted to be great. He's boxed so many different champions throughout the years, even as an amateur. I just want the best for him, but so much talent." Watching a young boxer from his stable carry the torch that Floyd Mayweather Jr. ignited years ago, one can easily imagine the immense pride swelling within him. The bout caught both Moton and his followers completely off guard. In a Twitter update to his fans, he shared that he was working to meet the weight requirements for the lightweight division. When a fan inquired if he had officially shifted to 135 pounds, Moton clarified that the change was solely for the Buzolan fight. From the moment the bell rang, he surged at his 36-year-old rival with relentless intensity. Skillfully wielding his right hand, he delivered precise body shots that left Nikolai Buzolan reeling. Under the watchful eye of Mayweather Jr., Moton soon had his opponent trapped and scrambling desperately against the ropes. The initial warning shots were fired toward the end of the first round, with Moton's left hand landing a decisive blow that sent Buzolan crashing to the canvas. It seemed the outcome was becoming increasingly clear to onlookers. The second round was brief. Halfway through, Moton's relentless barrage of strikes prompted the referee to intervene, putting an end to the contest and rescuing the beleaguered Nikolai Buzolan from further punishment. Who's up next? That's a question on many fans' minds. According to Curmel Moton, his upcoming fight will feature a more refined preparation, thanks to an intense and methodical training camp. Anyone daring enough to challenge him should be ready for a formidable opponent. Meanwhile, Moton has stated that he is not like Tank and he is a lot more than him.
Hey bro, yo, I see people online calling you Tank 2.0 sometimes. I don't know if that's just because you light-skinned and, you know, you with Floyd, but how do you feel about that when you hear that?
Yeah, I see the comparison, you know, when we light-skinned, whatever they say we fight alike. But, you know, I'm not Tank, I'm Curmel Moton, and you're going to see a lot of me.
Yeah. How did you feel, like, you know, from, you know, your amateurs, this being the first one? We got my man Floyd in the back. How did you feel in there, you know, getting the first one off?
Yeah, it felt great. I'm ready for the pros. I'm ready to keep on moving in the ranks. And, yeah, I'm loving this.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Curmel. Thank you, brother.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.